What is up? What is up? What is up, Culture Junkie Nation? It's your boy Kenshiro. We're back with Culture Junkies Live, episode 222 on the dial. Today is Comic-Con week. We're going to Comic-Con virtually, anyway. I mean, seeing how COVID-19 is kind of run rampant, everything is shut down. But Comic-Con is going to continue anyway. But could this possibly be a new future of comic book Comic-Con, I guess, participation? To the right of me, I'm in a new position, to at least just for today. To the right of me is Mr. GQ. In front of me is the great Daidakuji, and from remote is Fallen Marvel. What's up, fellas?
Yo.
Hey, everyone. How's everybody? Hope y'all staying safe out there.
GQ, you ain't got nothing to say?
My words are expensive.
Wow. Okay, your words are expensive.
Yeah, he charges by the letter. You know,
You by the letter. I like that. That's awesome. That's awesome. How's everybody doing out there? Everybody pretty awesome. Wolverine Solid X, we saw you in the chat, my friend. Thank you for being here early. Those of you that are watching either on Facebook or on Omelet, please, if you would mind, if you really want to follow Culture Junkies, come on over to our Twitch channel. Get on the hype train. We're really trying to make Twitch affiliate. It's twitch.tv/Culture Junkies. I'm sure you'll see the link in the chat somewhere or pop up on the screen, something like that. But we got a lot to get to, so let's go ahead and run the gamut.
Run the gamut.
So what I told you was true from a certain point of view.
Run the gamut.
900 horses in Detroit. Also.
I don't know either.
Run the gamut.
So what do you have, Mr. GQ? This is what happens when you don't have a producer on the show right now.
You know, that's what happens.
Anyway.
So, I agree with Obi-Wan the first time from a certain point of view. So Kanye put out a tweet and then quickly deleted it that he was going to divorce Kim Kardashian, which was I don't know, that was an interesting little bit of news. Again, I think part of the problem is that Kanye has some medical issues that he needs to get on top of and stay on top of. So I don't know. I mean, I guess for a half a minute or maybe however long the tweet was up, Kim Kardashian was potentially on the market for those of y'all out there that were interested.
Right.
I mean, she got some mileage on her, like a little bit.
Damn.
She does. After you have push out a couple kids and some various procedures medically, you got mileage.
She may have mileage, but she also got mad bank because, like.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that she got mad ass or some shit, dude, like that.
She does, but I'm talking about that money.
Oh, okay.
You can be like, well, you know what? She may have some mileage, but this is a fucking Maybach, goddamn Benz, and I'm riding in the back.
Yo, man, no, Ye needs some help, though. Ye needs some help,
I don't really care.
You don't really. I know you don't really care.
You know,
I'm just saying
because if he messes up this whole next election, I'm gonna hurt him myself.
Oh, he already pulled out. he ain't gonna be in.
No. He's still on the ballot. He's on the ballot in like Oklahoma or something. One of those backwater states.
Wow.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you said Oklahoma, like those assholes gonna let black people vote anyway.
Oklahoma. Anyway.
Hey, Boomer Sooner. What's his name? JR's from there. Good old JR.
That's true. That's true. What you got, Dado?
Well, I saw rumors that Xbox the Live is gonna be free for the next generation or something like that. I don't know what the heck that entails because getting on the internet and paying for a service is something that we've all been doing for a while now with all the systems. Even Nintendo has their, even though it's only $20 a year. But now being free, are they going to give away free games with it being free?
Right.
Because they've been doing that since the 360.
Yeah, but some of them games have been trashed though lately.
There has been some trash games on both sides. I just don't download the trash.
Wait, hold on. So the whole idea now is they're getting rid of Xbox Live membership, basically.
Supposedly, but you're not the service.
Okay.
Saying it's just going to be free to
like
be on.
Game Pass is still sticking around.
We've already gone through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been through it. Sony tried to do that garbage, and look how that turned out.
Well, Sony never really had the internet. A lot of people prefer Xbox because of their superior internet when it comes to being online with your friends, being able to connect easily, being able to chat with everybody. Since the original Xbox, apparently, I've never experienced Xbox Live on the original Xbox because I did not own an Xbox until well after the Xbox 360 was close to being dead because the Xbox just didn't. I mean, it had a lot of games on it.
Great point in the chat.
Yeah, Gypsy brings up a real good point. What about people?
Years paid.
Yeah, what about the people who've had years paid up already? What happens to
You
them?
don't know. I mean, maybe it gets turned. Maybe
They
what
shouldn't
you're
be
saying
affected
is,
if the
Go ahead, man.
yeah. I'm just
Go
saying,
ahead.
like, I'm just saying they shouldn't be affected if Microsoft is smart. They don't want to just like cut everybody's stuff off that they already paid hard-earned money for.
No,
Right.
it's not
See,
about
the thing is,
cutting it
I
off.
don't think
it's
they're cutting it
it's
off.
the fact that that money is already out there.
That money's been spent.
and they-
Yeah.
yeah. You don't have to spend no money.
Right.
Like, wait. What about that extra money I already gave y'all?
Right. Oh, we'll give you some Microsoft currency.
But
and
basically,
you be happy.
what I was going to say
At a
is
reduced
because
price.
They have right now the Netflix of gaming, which is called that Gamers Pass, which is something that is actually awesome.
Yeah.
If it was somebody like me that did not own all these farting games, it'd be something to have because you're paying $14 a month. Everything that they offer, you can download and play them as much as you want. But maybe they're just going to get rid of Xbox Live and just do this Gamer Pass. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, personally, when it comes to video games, as I was discussing in the pre-chat, I don't give a shit what system it's on as long as the games are fun.
Man, it's about the games, man. It's about the games.
It's like this right here. This is PSP. This is my new green one that I just got because green's the best color.
I think you got a problem, man.
I may have a better, but as you may know, this thing right here was super powerful. It was great, but the Nintendo DS
Killed
ass.
it. Killed it, dude.
And it was because
It did.
it's about what people.
It's
wanna
about
play.
the
And
games.
and it didn't have bad games, and it had great.
No, it did.
Games on
It did, and it was a
But-
more powerful. It was a more powerful machine.
More powerful. Had great.
Had
games,
great
God of
games.
War, Metal Gear Solid. It had. It had tons.
But
of
I think
fucking games.
Nintendo had that install base for
Dude,
on the go gaming, and it was a wrap.
They freaking killed it.
I mean,
Yeah.
but it was kind of like their marketing's fault too, because like they tried to really market it as like a multimedia device, rather.
Oh yeah, it
That's
sure
true.
did because they had those movies on there.
So-
Nobody bought movies.
Right.
I mean, that's not true. I've seen people who have traded in tons of PSP movies at a local video game store that I go to, and they're selling them for like $3 a pop, and I'm just like, if I cared, but I don't.
Right. So
It's a dead format, so it's no point.
It is. It is. Yeah. Sony always trying to change the game and get some proprietary shit out there. Anyway.
They finally got Blu-ray right.
Rest in peace, UMD. Anyway, so the last thing in Run the Gamut I was going to say is that speaking of doing away with yearly subscriptions, so DC Universe has pretty much ended yearly subscriptions for their streaming
So
apps.
it's free.
No, they're still offering month to month, but you can no longer buy a year's worth.
Because it's going to die.
Because it's going to die. We know it's going to die.
They're
We-
trying to squeeze out that last little bit of money.
yeah, absolutely. Like everybody's been seeing this writing on the wall for the better part of, I'd want to say 6 to 7 months since HBO Max got announced.
2 years since they announced it.
I wouldn't go that far. I
Yeah,
mean,
come on now.
wouldn't go that
A
far.
service that has nothing but DC movies.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, to
Let's
be
be
honest,
real.
like I honestly kind of was like kind of seeing it decline like after I want to say after Swamp Thing came out. Like once
Yeah.
sort of came out and got
Yeah, when that
canceled,
died.
like the same day.
Yeah,
So
when that
it's-
died, that was kind of like, what?
Again, it's you have a service, and if they would have threw everything on there, maybe you got my attention. But I already own the majority of their catalog.
There's
so
that.
It's like
Yeah, there's
it's
that.
like your catalog ain't deep enough. Like at least with Disney Plus, there's a bunch of cartoons and stuff that I probably can't even get a
own.
hold of.
Right. Yeah.
That are on there, but you talking about like okay, the Christopher Reeve Superman. Everybody has that if they've already been a fan.
The Michael Keaton
Right,
Batman.
All the Batmans, everybody's
Yeah.
got those if they've already been
Right.
a fan. It's like
The Halle Berry Catwoman that nobody really wanted
well, you
anyway.
know, I mean, it's like all that stuff is there, and it's like unless you, and again, it goes back even with the video game thing. If you don't have exclusive stuff that you can't get anywhere, what's the point? So I mean that service was just a bad idea from the get go.
Well-
for them to try to splinter it off this DC, it's like, dude, you guys are under Warner Brothers. You may as well just stick with Warner
They
Brothers.
should have just did HBO Max from the get go.
Yep.
And inside of HBO Max,
I
you
don't
have
disagree
a
with that.
DC where
Yeah,
just all the movies.
I don't disagree with that. No,
Yeah.
you guys are right. The only thing that has a lot of people worried, and rightfully so, is that their comic book service that they had, where pretty much they had almost all of their entire comic book library digitized and at your fingertips.
that's freaking awesome.
That was pretty sweet.
People don't read.
But people, I've seen some people reading on their TV. I've seen people reading on their mobile phone, on their tablets, and stuff like that.
I've seen who's in office right now. People don't read.
We have the best everything.
Right.
Give me those numbers. What does this say?
Right.
I took this test. I got everything right.
Oh, dude, that Chris Wallace interview, though.
I'm the best at everything I do. I've never did anything.
Oh, dude, that Chris Wallace interview
I
was
want to go
dope.
online and take that test just to laugh at how easy it actually
Yo,
is.
yes, you should do that. Yeah,
John,
absolutely
John
should
P.
do that.
real quick out of the chat.
Yeah.
Streaming services just repeated what cable did, so it's history repeating itself.
I disagree with that.
No, he's actually right, because cable got to the point where they oversaturated themselves trying to basically cut down. Like, okay, for example, for a long time it was HGTV, right? And they had some food shows on there, they had some gardening shows on there, and then whatever. Now, what do we got now? You got
Hey,
probably
nothing
a
about home and
You
garden.
probably got a gardening channel, you got a food network,
Yeah.
you know that for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is trying to, like, be super duper individualized. It's like, eventually you're going to oversaturate it, and people are going to be like, I don't even care. That's why a lot of people did cut the cord on cable, because it was just like, okay, a bunch of channels I don't even watch, and I'm paying for them. Now you get this little individualized stuff, and it's like, okay, you're trying to individualize too much. Like you said, HBO Max should have just been the thing with a DC section in there, not HBO. What was it at the time? Go or something like
Well,
that.
HBO Go, HBO Now.
Those actually were the two
Yeah.
same. They were the same thing.
Well, they're folded in though now.
Yeah.
No,
but
I mean back then they were the same thing. One was just for like if you already subscribed to HBO, one of them was for you, and if you don't have HBO, it was the Netflix version of it.
Okay,
was for
and
you.
that's fine for that. But then to on top of that be like, oh yeah, we need a DC thing. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, I don't need all these different subscriptions. Eventually, you get to the point where I don't even care anymore.
Dude, I'm feeling like that now because I freaking cut the cord, and then I cut the cord. It was Netflix. You had Netflix, and then you had Hulu, and I was like, all right, I'll pay for those. Then you got an anime one. I was like, cool, Crunchyroll, that's cool. And then Amazon threw in theirs, which came with having Amazon Prime. That's fine.
Terrible interface, by the way.
Yeah. Then you have and because I Chromecast everything, you couldn't Chromecast stuff because Amazon and Google had a beef going on for a long ass time.
That's true.
So
That is so true.
So
Yes.
I didn't watch anything
Yeah.
on there because I couldn't. And then they
here's-
finally got that beef over, and now I can watch
Now
stuff.
here's the crazy thing though. If you now granted you save some money in the long run, there's no doubt about that. But at the same time, I bet if you start looking at that add up plus your internet bill, it's like, well, damn it, I'm almost kind of where I started.
100% am because and then they got free ones out there like Tubi TV and Crackle. And though Tubi throws in commercials, the stuff is still uncut and the commercials are not too jarring.
Yeah.
It's just way too much now.
Oh, yeah.
It's way too much.
Yeah, John P brought up a very good point
He
there.
did. He did. Shout out to John P for that one. But look, if you guys want to continue the conversation in the chat, please go ahead and do so. We're going to move on to the next topic. We're going to talk a little bit about Ghost of Tsushima in what is it going to be? Sample of merchandise.
Sample the merchandise.
All right, so if you have been paying attention to the internet since last Friday, everybody's been talking about one game, and that's Ghost of Tsushima, the Sucker Punch release on PlayStation 4. If you've been on the Culture Junkies channel, you've actually seen me. I streamed it on Friday on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. If you want, I did for like 5 hours. If you want to go to the channel and watch it, you can watch the beginning sessions of the game. But I'm gonna give you kind of my initial thoughts about the game itself. It's highly addicting. I can't stop playing it. It as a love letter to Japanese culture, to Akira Kurosawa films, and the samurai feudal Japan era. It is absolutely immaculate. It's one of the most beautiful games I've ever played on PlayStation 4. And there's been a lot of really beautiful games out there that a lot of people would say, but this one, even just riding in the countryside, like the lush visuals that you have, composing haikus in on cliffsides and stuff like that. It's incredible. Like, yeah, dude.
It has a haiku simulator.
Dude, I kid you not, man.
Probably like the Yakuza
Yes.
game because Yakuza games you can do karaoke and shit.
Well, okay. To your point, right? So you find the spot on the cliffside, you sit down, and they give you little areas on the screen where you can point to, and you can compose your own haiku.
Whatever.
This guy. No, it's good. No, it's good. No, it's fun.
I had a high school teacher that had us do haiku once, and it was interesting. It was cool, but it's like, I'm not playing a video game to do haiku.
That's not what you're playing the video game. Obviously, you're playing the video game because you're cutting the fuck out of a bunch of Mongol warlords and
Okay,
shit.
here's the thing. Is that a section you have to do?
No, you can leave the haikus alone. You don't have to get them. I mean, for everybody that wants to do like if you're a completionist, you're going to do the haikus probably.
I knew that was coming.
But because it is I think it is an achievement, and if you want to hit platinum, you got to do it. But it is completely optional. You do not have to do them. Now, if you want to do
experience points, don't you?
No, I don't think so. No, all you get is a headband, and even the headbands aren't like worth anything. They don't like boost your attributes or anything. So like literally, they are literally just a cosmetic thing.
So you get the number 2 headband.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, if you want to. Yeah. Like, yeah. So anyway, so when you're doing, but the gameplay is all about the action, the sword play, blood flying everywhere, and there's plenty of that. And I know you're really into that kind of stuff. Anyway,
one thing that bothers me about that when you were playing a game.
What's that?
Remember Bushido Blade?
Yeah.
That's how the fucking game should be played. Now, I
don't disagree with you.
I've seen stuff where like if you counter somebody and it's a one-hit kill.
Perfect parry, yeah.
But in real life, you're not sitting there taking fucking blows with a katana.
Oh, dude, no. Jin should have been dead numerous times over.
It depends.
I mean, hey, because game. I'm just saying, like we have to look at it like that. It's game.
Well, to a degree, but I like what King said.
What'd he say?
Tactical, philosophical action. Ghost of Tsushima.
I like that. I do like that.
But no, realistically though, the armor can take a couple of hits from a katana. Realistically, now if you get hit like in the face, you going down.
Oh, there's been plenty of them.
Yeah,
there's been plenty of them. Yeah, plenty of them. Aim for the head, dude. Dido even called me out on that one time when I missed it. I missed the dude. It's like, oh, you should have went for the head. Should have went for the anyway. So the game is lovely, but it's not without its flaws, and some of the flaws are minor. Like the camera is absolutely terrible. Like if Sucker Punch designed this game to be open world, and they designed it to basically, they didn't have a lock-on component, right? And the reason they did that is because they said, when you're a Japanese samurai, they focus on, the flow of combat, not focusing on necessarily on one enemy, especially if you're surrounded. You're supposed to flow from one enemy to another. And that's kind of the principle behind why they didn't want to do the whole lock-on camera. So when you think of it that way, that's true. And some people have complained about not having a lock-on camera, but for me, it's fine not having one. But the camera itself, sometimes when you're indoors, is really shitty. Like, I mean, really shitty.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. It's not Mario Sunshine shitty though.
No. A few things are. But
two points to that then.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of Mario, since in Mario 64 got it right, I don't know what, 20 plus years ago.
Yeah.
It's like, how is it that game companies are still having trouble with camera?
I don't get it.
Like that, to me, that should be video game development 101. If you're going to do a 3D game, especially open world, if your camera ain't right, don't even do the game.
I've never heard of anybody complaining about GTA's camera. Like GTA's camera never being bad.
Because GTA gave you so many camera options, though.
Yeah.
They did. God of War didn't have any lock on, if I remember correctly, and didn't have a bad problem. Go ahead.
So they did. They did for the most part. Like the thing
camera
was,
problems.
There were some portions where you had some control of the camera, but if we're talking about the original God of War, then no, like all that was static.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The not the PlayStation 4 God of Wars, because those didn't have lock on, right? Yeah. And I don't recall
not static, but they were set camera angles wherever you went.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I'm thinking also, going back to the Ghost of Tsushima, was the fact that you literally said that the lock-on camera issue. It's like lock-on camera is helpful for something like that, because Jedi Fallen Order, when you like getting surrounded by stormtroopers shooting at you, and you sitting there trying to parry blast, it's like, okay, there's people shooting from above, from in front, from behind. It's just like, yeah, you can generally parry, but unless you start locking on selected targets, you're going to get hit a few times. So I don't like when they try to, I mean, again, I get what they're trying to say, the flow of combat, but you can flow and lock on and not lock on. They should have came up with a seamless mechanic for that.
Yeah. I mean, the game to me looks like it's a really good game. And if I had a collection of maybe like 10 games, I would have bought it already.
We already know where this is going.
So I'm just gonna wait till it gets. It's gonna by the end of this year. It's gonna be $20.
Oh sure.
If it gets back in stock ever.
Yeah.
Is it still sold out? You still haven't been able to get yours?
I'm not worried about getting it. I'll get it when I get it. My thing is, if I would have known that it was coming like at this point, I would have already had it pre-ordered for the collector's edition. But the collector's edition now is going for like $400 on Amazon.
Wow.
And it's like, what you get, the only thing that's cool out of that collector's edition that I would actually want is the full-size samurai mask. But not like helmet, but just, the little face
The steelbook
mask.
is kind of nice, but it's like, I don't need to have it, it's not a big deal. But anyway, so the game itself, like I said, visually it's amazing. You can turn on the black and white and play in Kurosawa mode if you want. Again, the game isn't super hard. If it wasn't for the camera issues, it probably wouldn't be. I could probably score it like a 10 out of 10, but I can't because the camera issues and because the stealth missions are absolutely absurdly easy. They really are.
Is it put now? Obviously you're playing it on the Pro. Does it push the Pro to its limit?
I want to say no. I want to say no. The only reason I can say no is because I remember, how I just invested in a 4K 60 Elgato.
Yep.
And it pushes it basically sends the NDI from the Watchtower, which is my entertainment PC, over to Ultron, which is my streaming computer, and there is no drop in visual quality. Like and it's not even really taxing the system at all to push it up over to that. So I don't really feel like, because it's reformatting and it only sends over a 1080. It only sends over a 1080 signal. I'm losing nothing when it sends it over to me.
All right, Ghost of Tsushima remix coming up on the PS5, guaranteed.
No, it's not even going to be a remix. You're going to pop in the PlayStation 4 game, and it's going to play like immaculate. That's what they're going to do, because that's what I have a feeling that's going on.
Like they're doing with Spider-Man, the performance mode, 4K 60,
not
60.
Even that, because on PC you buy a game based on your system and how good it looks.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to be happening with them, because they're
the
not
PS5.
Yeah, they're not making PlayStation 5 games. They're making more than likely, and I'm not saying
Super
PlayStation
PS4.
4. Yeah, that's
Super
basically
PS4.
what's going on with them. Because the 4 and the 5
until we
and
get
the Pro.
until we get to the couple years in, and it's like, okay, this could only have really been played on.
Exactly. I think that's where it's going right now. So because from my understanding that the PlayStation 5 is backwards compatible with the 4, it's basically, I think, like you be putting if you put Ghost in there, it's going to be like a Pro. So
Pro.
PlayStation 4.
Basically, a good portion of the PS4 games are going to take advantage of the PS5 hardware.
Yeah, I think that's what you're going to
aside from the few that's going to get like a true next gen upgrade, which a select few developers are going to actually do.
Well, Capcom the Milkers are going to bring out Devil May Cry.
the Milkers.
Devil May Cry collection. They're going to bring out
buying it again.
They're going to bring it out. They're going to call it the HDD collection.
Yeah.
Not buying it again.
HD++.
Yep.
My dumbass bought it on PlayStation 3. And then I bought it again on PlayStation 4. And I'm like, am I ever going to play the PlayStation 4?
See, we're not just talking about you having to buy shit multiple times for different systems.
In that aspect, I don't know why, because it was cheap. I was like, I haven't played it on there. Might as well play it on this one. I'm going to play it on there.
All right, a couple questions
Street
out
Fighter
the chat.
5 Championship Edition Plus.
Right.
So King wants to know if Jin is basically Sony's Samurai Link.
Jen talks, so no. Jen talks, and he talks a lot.
Link used to talk on the cartoon.
Excuse me, princess. No. No. I wouldn't call him, the Link of Sony.
I think that's what he's getting at, though, because freaking Breath of the Wild is an open world game.
Oh, and Link does talk in that game too.
He doesn't talk. He grunts.
He grunts?
Yeah, he doesn't.
I thought that was the first. Wait a minute. No, everybody else talks. He doesn't. Okay. Yeah. All right.
And that's basically it. I think that's when he's making that comparison, because since I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, but I know it's a open world game.
Yeah.
Maybe King, am I incorrect or correct that you're comparing it to Breath of the Wild? Because that's what I'm thinking is, because Breath of the Wild is huge. It's open. Do whatever the heck you want.
The island of Tsushima is pretty huge, though.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
So all these
and
years,
you can ride horses.
Yeah, and you ride horses.
All these years, Link has been special needs.
Right.
He's just a mutie.
Yeah, he's a mute.
That's messed up. Nintendo had us playing with a special needs kid.
Well, man,
All the
Mario,
time.
how's Mario?
He wasn't on the spectrum though, so he's all right.
Mario's just, he falls asleep. He's dreaming about fucking lasagna and spaghetti and shit. I'm sorry, I'm talking about Mario.
Man, stop. That's Garfield. You're describing Garfield.
Mario, if you leave the controller there, he falls asleep. And Mario Sunshine, he's like, spaghetti.
See, now here's the thing.
Wow.
If they were going to be smart, they should have had him dreaming about Mario 2's events.
Yes.
Smart.
Yes.
If you'd have been dreaming about
Yes.
SubCon.
Yeah.
But, apparently I don't think Miyamoto made that
funny.
game. I don't think he really did.
Okay, he's right. So swords, bows, gadgets, secrets, and caves sounds like sounds like League to me.
That's what I was getting because Breath of the Wild. Until I play Ghost of Tsushima, I can't really say so much. But Breath of the Wild is very immersive, very expansive. It's fucking huge. And from what I've seen, minus the stealth missions, because I don't think anything's stealth in there. You got your sword play in it. Your weapons probably don't break though.
Nope.
Which is one of the things I hate about freaking Breath of the Wild. You can ride horses, but you probably don't have to break horses because you can break horses in. Oh,
you mean tame a wild? Okay,
yeah,
no, you don't have to do all that.
Isn't there a motorcycle horse in that game or something weird?
There is because there's kind of there's robots in there. They're not really. I don't know how do you describe the robots. So that part, of course, is not going. But is there dungeons and shit that you can go in and Ghost of Tsushima, or is everything?
There's crypts, but nothing like it's not like Tomb Raider or anything, or even like that. For the most part, they keep you outside in the open world.
Oh, okay.
The weather elements change. You'll see no tsunamis.
Oh.
Although facing a tsunami would be something else. A monsoon, there's a lot of rain, but there's no monsoons.
Gypsy loves his motorcycle horse over there on Twitch, though.
Yeah, he does.
I
Gypsy's
didn't open
good
it.
dude.
I didn't get the DLC because I got Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. So
Yeah.
Part of me wants to get the DLC. A lot of times after I finish a game,
You want to be just done with it. Move on to the next one.
That game I kind of want to come back to, and yes.
Yeah, move on to the next one because
Yeah.
you got such a large backlog of games that you need to get to. Anyway, you stop by.
I just need to play them
You just
more.
need to play. You need more time in the day. You know what? You need to clone yourself. That's what you need to do.
I wish I could. I wish
Yeah.
I could do a freaking
Multiplicity, like
like
Michael
Naruto,
Keaton movie,
like Naruto,
yeah,
because
Naruto. Yeah,
one could be sleeping, one
Kagebushi.
could be playing a video game,
Yeah.
one could go to work. So you're not missing out on your money.
Right.
You can have fucking energy for all of it because one's sleeping.
Right.
You can bring in. Gosh.
See, but what if
So
you
many
mess
hypotheticals
around
here.
and then one of the clones just pops while you're in
Right.
the middle of the game?
Yeah.
right.
That's the part that would suck though. So the real one have to be playing the game, but that would suck if you freaking put a clone at work and then you're gonna fight with somebody and they just happen
Right,
to hit you.
and they happen to hit you, and you
like,
disappear. It's like, oh, where did he go? I ain't telling me you can have this long of a lunch break. He's fired.
God darn it.
Anyway, I would definitely recommend buying it if you have a PlayStation. It's an experience. I think it's a game that I feel like you need to play, especially if you're really into Japanese culture and samurai games and things like that. So definitely check it out when you get a chance. But right now, we're going to move on. We got another great episode of The Collector. So, Collector, please do take it away. Where is that damn button, by the way? I forget. Where did she put it? Where is she?
It's on there somewhere.
Is it? I don't know where she put it. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is.
I present to you the Collector.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Collector. I am GQ, The Collector. So we're going to take a look at Hot Toys Thanos. Now, you might be wondering, why do I have two different Thanos? Well, because one came out for Guardians of the Galaxy, the other came out for Infinity War, and there's even more coming beyond Infinity War. You've also got an Endgame Thanos coming. Don't quite know if I'm going to get him, but we're going to take a look at the differences between these two Thanos, or Thani, whatever it would be. Whatever Thanos is, plural. Check it out. There are definitely some differences on these guys. I mean, obviously one's wearing armor, one isn't, but, and excuse his little skirt here, that's an interchangeable one for when you have him sitting in a throne versus when he's standing. So obviously the first thing you can see is massive size comparison and size difference. Infinity War Thanos, they had already figured out what his scale was going to be, and we see that he's, I don't know, at least 10 feet tall, whatever the heck he is. And in Guardians of the Galaxy, he was just sitting in his really cool floating throne here. So with that being said, Sideshow / Hot Toys only really had the scale based off of the throne, because they never had him standing next to anyone. He just sat in the throne for his one appearance in that film. But his face sculpt is better. Musculature obviously better because you can see a little bit more of him. Much wider as far as this overall look. So essentially what you ran into was the sculptors could only work off of what they were given at the time. From a collecting standpoint, the main reason I picked this one up is because he was the first one available out of the MCU. And I knew I was going to want a Thanos of some sort. So of course when I got him, the Infinity Gauntlet hadn't shown up yet. We didn't get a glimpse of his gauntlet until Age of Apocalypse, Age of Ultron. And of course, by the time we get to Infinity War, we know what the Infinity Gauntlet looks like. All right, so there it is. There you have the differences between the two different Thanoses that came out, at least for Guardians of the Galaxy and Infinity War so far. So make sure, if you have any questions, stick around for the end of the show. The Power is Yours segment. When we let the chat take over the entire show, that'll be your chance to get your questions in. Ask me whatever you need to know about these two particular figures. And we will definitely, I'll make sure I answer what I can answer. So, I'm gonna turn it back over to the guys in the studio. Guys, take it away. Culture Junkies! All right, well, right off the bat, I saw John P. was saying that he's interested in getting the Thanos Warmonger version from Endgame. I have seen some photos of that and some of the video on that. It looks really good. It's basically the size of that Infinity War one there, but of course him wearing the armor similar to what his armor looked like in Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, obviously more in-game style, but it would definitely be worth picking up if you don't already have any of the other Thanos. But so yeah.
So one thing I want to ask is that so we saw the scale of the Thanos from Guardians of the Galaxy versus Infinity War. So what was the price difference between the two of those? Were they kind of like the same?
Basically close to the same price. Thanos with the throne from Guardians originally came out at like $350, I believe, and then Infinity War Thanos, because he's obviously bigger than the average 6-scale figure, I think was right around $3 even, maybe a little bit somewhere in there. But I mean, of course, Thanos with the throne is, obviously the throne is a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
What the hell is this Thanos?
What's that?
Right here? It says Thanos Deluxe. It looks like the one where he got the Tony Stark's gauntlet. He's about to do the snap. And that bitch is $1,200. Like, what the freak? And this is on Sideshow website.
Wow.
It might be a premium format.
Holy farting.
Check its specs to see how big it is, its size. Because that's probably a premium format or one of the statues.
Now, were either of these
53 pounds.
53 pounds?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's definitely a
How
premium
big is
format.
The fuck? 53 pounds, damn?
It's 15 inches depth. No, that's the box. Sorry. The product is 30 inches tall.
Yeah, so it's
and
over 2 feet tall.
Holy mother of God.
You gotta remember, Sideshow don't play, man.
Damn, this thing looks
That's
super detailed.
crazy.
Yeah, Sideshow.
Wait a minute. How tall is it? 2 feet?
He's over 2 feet. He's 2.5 feet tall. If he's 30
Jesus,
inches, he's 2.5 feet tall.
30
Jesus, dude.
30.7 and 17.
So this is one that you don't necessarily put in the case. This is one that you kind of just
You buy a table.
you buy a table and sit it. Yeah.
That's about the only way you're going to display that.
Exactly. So what I was going to get at though, were either of these, because we know this week was supposed to be Comic-Con week, were either of these Comic-Con exclusives like only available then, or this was just all direct from the website?
That's straight from the website. Sideshow doesn't. Now I'm not going to say that they never do Comic-Con exclusive stuff, because they do.
Right.
But for them, they know that the average high-end collector, they'll go to some of the shows, but they're not even worried about going to shows. They're like, look, I know what I want. Most of Sideshow stuff goes on sale like a year or even 2 years before it actually is even going to be released. Like, they put the prototype pictures up, they give you all the specs or whatever, and then they give you the chance to, get in early and pre-order. So with them, their market is more for the collector that is pretty much, I know what I want, I'm going to get what I want, versus I might go to a convention and I might see this and I might get it there. It's like, the average person that buys from Sideshow is like, nope, I've already been looking at this thing. I know I want it. Here's my money. So I think that's kind of how they do their business. Now, granted, they do have every now and again, Comic-Con exclusive stuff, but it's usually for smaller things, smaller items or whatever. Their 6-scale stuff, you don't see a lot of, exclusive to a particular convention, because what they'll do is, like, Hot Toys will put out, for example, like the Iron Man Mark 7 from Avengers. They'll put out a Hot Toys or Sideshow exclusive version, which may come with an extra accessory that the standard one doesn't. So, like, for example, I think that one, because remember how in the movie he gets thrown out the window and then the pod locks onto his arms and then brings the suit around him.
Yeah.
Okay, the exclusive version might have like that pod as an extra accessory.
Okay.
Versus the regular one that's just him in the suit and that's it. So just various things like that.
Okay. Trying to think. Was there any other questions in the chat that we had to talk about? The Thanos
after Dido threw that monkey wrench in there.
I mean, like
53 pounds, $1,200.
The fuck, dude. Like, wow. So, okay, here's a good question. So, you got these when? Like, how long ago was it?
Guardians of the Galaxy one I ordered right after he became available because again, nobody had. This was back like early in my Sideshow collecting, but like nobody had any information on him besides the pictures on the website. And again, we all know you can take a damn good picture and make it look immaculate.
Sure.
So it's like I need to see what it actually looks like in somebody's hand or on somebody's video or something. So shortly after, like they put it up there, and then all of a sudden I go to Warp 9 Comics and they actually had it at their store. So I got to see it in person at the store, but somebody had already basically bought that particular one. It was already spoken for. They were just waiting to come and pick it up, essentially. But so once I saw it there, then I went back home and ordered it direct from Sideshow myself.
Okay.
And then with the Infinity War one, I already, I was already into collecting them by then. It was like, okay, I need one with a damn Infinity Gauntlet.
Right.
So.
All right.
I mean, here's what you call it. The ones that I don't think they're listed in. I don't think they make them anymore.
Which one?
No, they don't. But I was just curious how much they may have gone up in value on eBay. Yeah. Like if someone was trying to sell one right now. Because you said it were what 350 a piece around.
Thanos originally was like 350. Well, the Guardians Thanos was about 350, and then I think the Infinity War one was either 289 or 3 even, or something like that. But like Dido said, they go up because again, once they're sold out on Sideshow's website, unless there's some crazy reason, they don't usually do reissues of anything. So it's secondary market after that. And you already know eBay is like.
Can you pose those ones?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm looking at the right one, which I'm not 100% sure, this says it's a Thanos Legacy replica Iron Studios Sideshow 1/4 scale statue.
That's a remake.
No,
is that a knockoff?
No, Iron Studios is another not subsidiary, but they're another
why
studio.
Why they call it Sideshow?
No, they're another studio that works with Sideshow.
Oh,
but like Sideshow isn't just Sideshow and Hot Toys. Sideshow actually sells Sideshow stuff, Hot Toys stuff, PCS collectibles. Iron Studio, they sell a lot of different brands. It's just obviously most people know them for their Hot Toys and their their Sideshow stuff, but they sell other brands too. They just
I don't see any on the front page.
You don't.
Well, the easiest way to find that Thanos is go to just type in Guardians of the Galaxy Hot Toys Thanos or something like that. Because that's what he actually is.
Okay.
He's one of the Hot Toys. He originally was a Hot Toys.
And the other one is the Infinity War Hot Toys Thanos. Okay.
Yeah, Hot Toys, which is out of Japan, handles a lot of the Marvel and
They're out of
DC
Japan?
stuff,
I didn't know
actually.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sideshow, the company, they have, now granted, I haven't filmed the unboxing yet, but I actually got a piece in that Sideshow is in one of their original creations. So I got that I'm going to be unboxing probably within the next couple of weeks. But Sideshow themselves, they're based out of California, and they're kind of the handlers for most of this Hot Toy stuff.
What do you got, Dado?
Well, some of them are $825 going brand new. Some of them are $475, $650.
Yeah,
so high range, about $500 profit, basically.
Yeah, they go up in price like easy because again they're limited.
Okay,
that's why I buy them.
Interesting. All right, cool. Wow. So that was another great episode of The Collector. Thank you for GQ for doing all of these really cool things. He keeps getting really awesome stuff. So if you really want to see some more great stuff from his collection, come back to our YouTube channel on Friday, where he does his unboxings that premiere always at noon. On Fridays at noon, every noon. What do we got this week? No, you know what? Never mind. Just come and check it out.
Just have to see.
Just come and check it out.
It is a Sideshow piece or Hot Toys related piece, so it'll be something interesting.
All right, cool. So let's get to the main event, everyone. What everybody came here for. The main event. All right, so it's Comic-Con week, and obviously this week normally everybody be in Anaheim, California. I mean, no, not Anaheim.
San Diego.
San Diego.
Anaheim is an anime expo.
Spanish for whale's vagina.
Okay, but no, everybody be gathering in San Diego right now. Everybody being trying to get into Hall H, working the exhibitors floor. They'd all be dressing in cosplay and stuff like that. But that's not going on this year because of COVID-19. And so unlike other places, Comic-Con decided to push on and do an online presence with a bunch of virtual panels basically, where they were gonna invite people in to watch these panels live, but something's completely missing from that whole experience. So do we think that is there any way for a comic book convention to have an online only presence and still be effective? Go ahead, man.
Well, okay, so just from my convention going experience, I haven't been to a lot of comic conventions because, as you may or may not know, I don't read a lot of comic books, even though I don't say I don't like them. It's just don't know where to start. And besides the point, the ones I have gone to are here in Michigan, and I've not seen any panels when I was there. Most of the time, we spend all our time in the dealer room.
Right.
And if that is the case for a lot of people, then it's not effective at all, because the dealer room is where a lot of people are going. And most of the news that you can get online.
Right.
Even when the Comic-Con is, people go there for the cosplay, go there to take pictures of cosplay, goes there to buy stuff.
Right.
Some of them might want to stand in those 5-hour long lines just to see a trailer or something. I'm not one of those people.
Right.
So I can see how it can work in that aspect, because you can still get all your trailers, you can still get all your panels, you can still get all that stuff easily.
Okay.
But you can't get what a lot of people want, which is buying stuff, dealer room, and
I don't know. You can kind of still get it, online, now, because I think what Super Nerd was just posting the other day about some of the Playmates was it Playmates or somebody that was going to release the original Turtles as Comic-Con exclusives.
Probably NECA.
Yeah, as Comic-Con exclusives, basically, that they, that they were just pushing as Comic-Con exclusives. Obviously, Funko always does Comic-Con exclusives, that they issue around those times. But Fallen, I wanted to ask you this. So, to Dido's point, what are you saying about Comic-Con goers wanting to stand on the long lines and stuff like that, and kind of have that experience to say we were there when such and such happened? Can that same type of experience be replicated online through a virtual online panel?
Not to the degree that it would be if you were actually there, because obviously when you're at a convention like that, the energy is high, there's a lot of excitement, whether people's like going to look for stuff or they're going to meet, whoever their favorite celebrity is and stuff or whatever. Like the only way they can at least get at least somewhat of it is if there's like some type of engagement with, some of the people that some of the bigger names in the industry, whether voice actors or other actors or whatever, like the people that folks go to these conventions to see. So that's the only way I can really see if it could at least be immersive to that. But it's almost kind of like the same thing with going to a movie to theaters. It's like it's nothing that you can't replicate that experience to that degree. It's something. It's something about going to see a movie in the theater versus just watching it at home. Comic-Con is the same thing.
Ooh,
now,
big time experience.
Don't talk about that experience. It might get GQ set off on a whole nother tangent. But go ahead. So GQ,
if we're strictly talking, like I said, if we're strictly talking about experiences, yeah.
Okay. So GQ, you feel like it's impossible for Comic-Con to get the same type of experience from remote at home. So do you feel like they should have just foregone Comic-Con altogether and all these online panels and convention showings and stuff like that? Should they have just canceled it?
I think, again, you don't cancel it, because at the same time, here's the issue that Comic-Con runs into, and here's why we even have a virtual Comic-Con. People put money up already to go to Comic-Con. People bought their tickets. Right. People, paid for hotels and all that. Now, granted, I'm sure they got their refunds, but at the same time, Comic-Con is too big of a thing to just not do anything. So they had to do something. Now, granted, their lineup for at least the stuff that's going on like right now as we're doing the show looked like garbage to me.
Exactly.
I'm like, this is open at night for y'all, and y'all running some edutainment panels and whatnot. I'm
Right.
like, dude, like run something interesting to make me want to watch.
You know, and granted, some of those panels that you're talking about, the edutainment ones, those are actual panels that do actually really go on, but they don't really, you know, move the needle for anybody. Nobody goes there for
That's what I'm
those,
saying.
really.
Like opening
you know?
night, like
right.
again, maybe at the real event where you know people are gonna be there for the
Sure.
opening ceremonies and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And these panels might get pushed under the radar normally. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but when you're doing online only, you need to open it up big,
With
like
some
this,
sizzle.
right? Something interesting,
Right.
to make people want to like tune in and check it out. But I looked at that schedule, I'm like, okay, this ain't absolutely not. Like I don't even remotely care about any of these topics. But I think the issue is for me on Comic-Con, because I've only been, I think, once actually. When I think about it, the dealer room, the exhibitor room, like you said, Hall H. Like Dado even said, the super secret trailers, which ain't even super secret no more because you
Really aren't.
because like you got YouTube and everything, they get leaked.
Them bitches
Within,
leak.
yeah, they get leaked within minutes.
Right.
But it's like all of that stuff being there for that in person is to me more interesting than because even E3 ran into the same issue. E3 is only like interesting if they have something cool that you can only get there. E3 nowadays is like you know all of E3 before E3 even starts.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
companies
true.
are about to drop. You know what
Yeah.
games they're about to talk about, this and that. There's very few surprises.
So the argument is that kind of like the internet has ruined kind of the uniqueness of the convention outside of the social aspects. Because like John P said in the chat, he said Comic-Con is so much based on the social aspects of the con itself, like going to see people, going to see the cosplay, meeting the celebrities, talking to new people and making.
I'm going to be 100% honest. When we were going to Anime Central, the convention itself wasn't even that important to
That's
me
true.
compared to our actual
Compared to our party and stuff
parties
like that,
we
yeah.
flew, people that you run into some people that you ain't seen in a minute.
Sure,
But like outside of that, like the convention itself, I was going to the dealer room and the game room.
That's
was
it.
That was it.
I only wanted to see one friggin' panel. You guys out there don't know, my nickname is Daidakuji. It comes from one of my favorite anime
Project
ever.
Echo.
It's Project Echo, and the creator of Project Echo was at Anime Central, and I was out doing a stupid run for the party and got lost in Chicago. And I was so
This is pre cell phone and GPS.
oh my gosh, I wanted.
Were you trying to go to not Johann's? I'm thinking of Johann's, the bookstore.
No, we were buying fucking liquor.
you were
for
buying
the
liquor?
I was
party.
doing a liquor run, man.
Oh
And
man,
I wanted to go to that one panel. That was like the only thing I wanted to see him because I wanted to ask him questions about Project Echo, and I didn't get a chance to.
But and that's the crazy thing, though. Even outside of the ones that when we were working at Fantasticon where we had to go to panels and cover stuff.
Yeah.
I don't go to panels. I
Right.
just don't. Like the only one that we even dipped a pinky in was a couple of years ago when Miao Yin was here and we went to go see George Takei's panel.
Yeah.
That was
His
it.
was interesting.
Like, but again, it's George Takei. It's like
Right.
if you don't go to that one when you have the chance, you're an idiot.
Right.
So we all went in and sat in on a little bit of that.
Sure did.
But outside of that, I don't do pen. They're not
that
special
interesting to me.
It's like because for me, like even if you did it online, here's the issue I have. Going to a panel is the exact same thing as like you watching a big group chat with like Henry Cavill or something like that. You might throw a question in there. It might get brought up, but it's highly doubtful. I'd rather stand in line, get his autograph, and talk to him for a couple minutes. At least you get some one-on-one FaceTime with the person versus. Oh wait, well there's 500,000 people in this this chat room, and your question might get through, maybe, possibly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's to me, that's what this is right now. This is literally like, so even if they have any celebrities or any actors or actresses or whatever, that's going to be the format. It's going to be a big old group Q&A. Where's the fun in that for anybody that's trying to have the quote unquote Comic-Con experience?
the only fun you could possibly have, like you said, doing the group Q&A is if they actually allowed some people that direct access where like they could literally talk to the stars, like they picked a select few people. No, I know the problems with that.
You do realize,
I know the problems with
that Twitch basically, in its infancy, had to pretty much put the kibosh on a lot of stuff that people was trying to do.
Oh, dude, yes,
So
I know it. Yeah, I know it.
I don't think that like having like, let's say for example, what's her name, Chloe Bennett,
Yeah.
on Skype, and then allowing somebody to randomly be on Skype with Chloe Bennett is not going to work out too damn well.
No,
Like at all.
Yeah.
There's going to be straight cock and balls on
Cock and balls, dude.
screen.
No way.
As soon as they get, I know somebody's going to do it. Come on, dog.
Chloe Bennett not lying. That's what somebody would do. They would.
That's why, like I
God.
said, online is great for access and great for pushing a lot of information out, but it is never going to truly get that intimate setting that you get at a Comic-Con or any other convention, especially with, FaceTime with like some of your favorite people that you want to actually talk to.
Okay. So follow-up question then, and this is for everybody on the round table. So GQ makes some great points, and this is for all you out there in the chat too. So in recent years, a lot of people have been talking about how Comic-Con has been dying because it's gotten too expensive. The experience isn't the same because the internet has kind of ruined it for like the surprises and things like that. Now that we have an online-only Comic-Con, could this rejuvenate interest in actually going physically to a comic book convention?
Not for me.
All right.
I mean,
Okay.
when it comes to stuff, there's not too much stuff I want to buy because I have to explain all the time. If I don't have somebody there that's a comic book expert say, hey, you like this graphic novel.
I mean, even to just go to the dealer room and just look
I
around.
would need somebody with there say, okay, you probably would like this probably because I wouldn't even know what the heck to be
But
looking
no, it's
for.
fine. But even if you were just to go just to experience the dealer room. Yeah.
But like, I don't buy collectibles because they sit around and collect dust. I mean, you do. My video games are doing that right
I know that.
So real quick,
I know that.
Real quick, just to jump in.
Yeah.
T-shirts, maybe.
You would like San Diego's dealer room.
You would,
because
dude.
it's everything. It's
Yeah.
even though it's Comic-Con, it's everything.
It's everything.
It literally is
Yeah.
everything. It's anime. It's video games.
Yeah.
It's all of
It's a
it.
lot
Like,
of
get
shit.
some cheap
It's shit
t-shirts,
that
I think I'd
literally
be-
you will never find anywhere else.
Yeah,
Like
that's,
really.
That one is in and
I
of
have to
itself
check it
is
out
different.
one day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
Comic-Con,
gonna go.
Anime Expo, like those are different.
Yeah.
They're on a whole different level from
whole
any
different
other
level.
conventions versus the ones that
New
we've
York
been to.
is creeping. They're still like a distant second, but they're getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Following, what's your take on what I asked?
I'm sorry, I blanked out. What was
You
the
blanked
question?
out. That's fine. That's fair. I asked basically is because we have now an online only Comic-Con. Could this rejuvenate interest in people going to Comic-Con, and maybe some of the complaints about the Comic-Con experience will die down a little bit?
It could be touch and go with some of the bigger ones, but I could see growth in more of the local ones in comparison. So it might
I can see
do
that.
well for I say it might do well for like the more local cons versus the bigger ones.
Poor
like, in
King
the long
Takeem.
run.
Poor King Takeem. I've
So-
never been to a con. It's one of my only nerd regrets.
We got some starter cons who want to come to Detroit.
What region in the country do you live in?
That you've never been to a con, period. Like, yeah, like we got to know this. Like, really. We got to know this.
Because I'm
But
pretty sure right off the top of my head, depending on what you say, I could point you in the direction of a few cons.
right.
There.
So,
I've been to a con. Remember that? Was it a con that we went to where it was like in the basement of just some building? It was like as big.
I remember
as
you
this
guys
area.
talked
that
about
dude?
going to that one.
remember that
Yeah.
dude that with the Livonia one? That dude in Livonia or
it's
whatever?
just stupid
That creepy
small.
dude that just kept
All right,
coming around.
So
and was
you're
like,
from St. Louis, dude. You're close enough to Chicago, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wizard World?
hit Wizard World,
Yeah. Wizard World, Chicago?
or
Anime
Anime Central,
Central.
Or
Yeah.
Anime Central. Yeah.
At least one of those.
He's in
two,
the
man.
Midwest. He's still in the Midwest. So, yeah, you can go to those.
We used to go to Anime.
Oh, hell.
Because I think, if I remember correctly, St. Louis is the same drive distance to Chicago as Detroit is to Chicago.
Right. So
Yeah.
he could come up here and come to Motor City.
But
No, that's twice.
that's
That would
about
be
8
twice.
hours.
Yeah, that'd be
Because when
twice
my
the
mom,
amount.
when she was in Kansas City, that was a 12-hour drive. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Well, no, like they have Wizard World. They actually have Wizard Worlds in St. Louis.
Oh well, you don't have any. You don't have
He
any
ain't got no excuses. he ain't got no
You got,
excuses.
you
but I
got,
got
you gotta look
5
for the
kids.
title. Obviously, this year's got canceled, but
Oh,
they
of course,
do
of
have
course.
Wizard
Sure.
Worlds in St. Louis. So
Here's why I
You know.
think that the physical cons are going to do well next year, because everybody's going to be tired of being
In the
inside.
house.
Not me.
Yeah.
No. Again, it's not for everybody, but I think any of the con goers, like they're gonna really be trying to get get back to that. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to the people.
All right, yeah. It's time. It's time to turn it over to the people. The power is yours.
The power is yours.
Yeah, my man, King Takim's got 5 kids. Yeah, there's several ones in St. Louis. Ace Arcadia can hook you up and let you know where some good ones to go at. So honestly, with everybody being stuck inside, you know, some things are evolving, some things are changing. Like the NBA just came back today. Like a lot of, like I didn't even realize that it was on today, and you know how big of a sports fan I am.
Did you actually play?
Yeah, they actually played. Like,
did they have masks on?
They're at Disney World.
They're at Disney World in their little bubble
So
arena,
Disney
whatever.
World,
Yes.
where COVID Central is
In Florida. Yes, but they're isolated. All the players are being tested
whatever.
every
The
day.
Groupies.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! How you be tested every day?
Yeah.
You're gonna jam that thing in the back of your
Yeah,
every
yeah,
day?
yeah, every day. Yeah, so yeah, they're being tested every day.
Groupies.
And
Dude, you can't test for groupies, man.
but there's no people outside being allowed in, so there's no
right.
spectators.
Yeah, right.
There's no spectators.
Yeah, right.
I think even wives and stuff are like you know being separated. Jeff Gunther, Anime Central will die. I like that.
Hold on. Now, you just said it fits exactly to what I'm saying. Wives are not even allowed in.
Yeah,
You got millionaires there with access to groupies.
they're not allowing people in, from what I understand. Nobody can get in.
You missed the key word. Millionaires. Million Door Man has gotten his palm greased and let some stuff slide. And if the wives ain't even allowed, guess what?
Oh, that's a good one.
All
That's a
right,
good
for the collector, any hot toys, holy grails? Yes. There's
one that I'm thinking of right now.
Go ahead, let's see what you think.
The one that he tried to get, he was almost going to get it in California. It was the Iron Man with the full rig to take off the suit.
Yep.
He actually has the Iron Man, and somebody brought it back. What was it? Fat Collectibles?
No. It was Fat Collectibles.
Yeah, it was Fat Collectibles.
Great store out there.
Great store out there, right?
I bought it. And I was about to get it home. Not home.
The gantry rig.
It was the gantry rig.
Yeah.
The suit up gantry.
Yeah.
Basically, what it was is when I got out there, because that's one of the stores I always go to out there. They're a great store, great group of people that run it. So they had actually moved from their main store. Remember the one that we did the roll-in on years ago?
Yeah.
They moved from that store to a different one.
Okay.
But anyway, so I actually rolled into the store. They said one of their regulars had brought in some stuff, and they bought it off of them. And that was one of the things. So I was like, well, I'll take that like right now.
Right.
Like whatever the price is,
Right.
I'll go ahead and take that. He gave it to me for an amazing price. So I get it back to the hotel. I'm like, okay, let me double check it and make
Right.
sure everything, because before I ship it off, I want to make sure that I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
So there's no damage, on the other end. So it's like I get it down and open, and it's like, all right, so there's the whole gantry and the little thing, and I'm like, well, wait, there's no Iron Man in here. So basically, what had happened on their end was the dude kind of fleeced them. It's like
he gave him the gantry.
He sold them the gantry part, but not the Iron Man that's supposed to come with
They
it.
didn't check it?
Nope.
Either they didn't check it or they didn't know, because he also sold them 2 other things at the same time. So he gave them 3 different things overall. And now here's the thing: I could have kept that and probably found
another Iron Man.
Yeah, found the Iron Man to fit it.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it comes with some special stuff that you cannot get anywhere else. Like,
Did
it comes
he
with
keep that too?
Yeah, no, he kept the Iron Man part of it basically. Because
terrible.
Remember the part in Iron Man 2 where he's sitting in there inside the giant donut eating donuts?
Yeah.
And, it comes with all of that. Except, obviously not the giant donut, but it comes with like the box of donuts, the glasses he was wearing. It comes with like all of that, and plus that head sculpt.
Looking at that now.
So it's like, and the thing is, here's the crazy part. They came out with 2 different versions of it. There's that version that, what's the price of the one you're looking at?
I'm just looking at a small little video because I looked it up online to see what it looks like.
Gotcha.
And then YouTube have a video suit up and they're showing him in front of the donut shop holding donuts with the coffee.
Yeah, because there's a die-cast version of it, and then there's the regular version. The regular version is what came out originally.
Damn, the die-cast.
Dude, that Sideshow die-cast Iron Man stuff is amazing.
I bet it is.
I got the War Machine and I got Mark III.
Yeah.
Like, those die-cast ones are worth every single penny, because it's like, it's die-cast. It's a lost art.
like Prime said.
Hand of Omega the Troll.
I ain't watching no goddamn Hamilton.
Hand of Omega the Troll. Wow. Yeah, no, King Takim's got a good idea. His older son is 16, and road trip, trap a wife. And we still got to talk about your wife, man. Like we got to get her together, man.
That came out weird.
Well, okay. Yeah, you're right. It did. I apologize. I apologize for that one. That probably did. That came out really bad. But no, like we got to get her together, man. How's she? I don't know. Just not into.
Show her Ninja Scroll, man.
No, you show her.
It's not the one. It's not the one.
You show her if she's not liking stuff like I think she's not liking stuff. You show her Ninja Scroll. As soon as that snake come out of you know where.
Yeah. I'm done.
Divorce.
I'm done.
All right, fine.
I'm done.
Fine. If she can't handle Ninja Scroll, she probably can't handle Fist of the North Star. But give her Wicked City though. Wicked City.
Oh, Wicked City was good. Wicked City was good. Maybe.
Wicked City has some issues too.
It does, but not as much as Ninja Scroll. I think
I need to see if Wicked City is on Blu-ray because that movie.
It is.
Okay, I need to
Actually,
yeah.
I think it was just coming out because I saw.
It just got a re-release not too long ago.
Yeah.
Okay, well I need to get Fruits Basket.
Yeah. Show a Fruits Basket.
We want her to actually stay in the room.
Right.
Well, you got to see what. First off, King, know what type of TV shows she watches. If you know what type of TV shows you watch,
You can find the
there's
anime.
that's
You can
like
find the
that.
anime
Hey, what
that
was
she'll
that one?
like.
Slam Dunk? Saw her Slam Dunk?
No. Slam Dunk is dated. No.
Slam Dunk is hilarious.
Slam Dunk is hilarious, but it's
Dunk is
dated as
hilarious.
hell, dude. No way.
What was that one? What was that other one that they got kicked out of the anime club for showing?
The one that got us kicked out?
Did we get kicked out for that? With that one that Hand brought with the Apocalypse Zero, whatever?
It was one that Kingpin that showed. It was
I don't know.
What the hell was the name of it? It was so stupid. It was like one of those
Hamtaro.
Probably. It was something like that.
How we get kicked out for Hamtaro?
No, it was something like that.
Not
It was like
It was Kitty?
It was a perverted. It was a perverted one. though.
Ebichu the hamster.
Oh, Ebichu the hamster. Okay.
Ebichu.
Yeah, okay. That would do it.
Hand got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
Ebichu the hamster. That would
Like,
do
what
it.
is this crap?
Yeah.
And like
It got us kicked out?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was. Remember, we was at Pandemonium.
Yeah.
And it was like for whatever dumb reason, he had to watch that particular thing, and it was just like, dude, this is the dumbest thing ever. And then it got super extra perverted. Then it got sexual. Then it was like, oh, we can't have our kids watching this stuff. Blah blah blah. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Right now, Right Stuff, anime.com, Wicked City Blu-ray, 1947.
Yeah.
Regular price is $30. I'm paying $30 for no damn Blu-ray.
1947. That's an interesting price.
Got her binging Grimm right now. I'm wearing her down like Urkel did Laura. Wow. Wow.
Okay, well, fair enough. Fair
All
enough.
right. At least you put in the work, man.
DMX versus Snoop is the best one by far.
Best versus so far. Now, see, that's one I actually kind of wanted to see, but I wouldn't consider that to even be fair because Snoop has so many freaking hits, dude. It's like there's no way DMX can
does
keep
too,
it.
though.
No, DMX does, but not nearly as many as Snoop.
Well,
Now, come
hold
on.
Now, here's the thing: is it an actual versus where they actually facing off like battle rap style?
No.
or is
They're
this
comparing hits to hits.
Oh,
That's because Snoop mopped the floor with him. Now, come on.
it depends because like,
Depends.
No. I'm saying it
Depends on
depends.
something that you wear when you're old.
Sure, exactly. I think with something like that, it really truly depends on what you like. Because, like for example, most DMX stuff I like because a movie used it in a scene.
Yeah.
That's where DMX's
And
songs.
give it to you.
Yeah.
That's where that stuff works for me. Snoop
Right.
is just stuff you can just listen to just to be listening to it.
Exactly.
So, like DMX for me is like for example, it was Exit Wounds and some of the movies he did.
Yeah.
It was
Exit
like-
Wounds,
yeah, it's like
Romeo
you-
Must Die.
Yeah, like you had his
Yeah.
music playing and it worked for that scene because it was like, dude, that's hype.
Was Cradles of the Grave? Was that one of his?
Yeah, well, Cradle of the Great, yeah, he was in that.
Yeah.
It was Jet Li.
Yeah.
That's when Jet Li was doing his black tour.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
He was, man. He
Yeah,
was
man. Romeo Must Die, Cradle to the Grave. Yeah.
Oh, like, and then Seagal tried to do it with Exit Wounds.
Yeah, no,
and,
man, that shit was-
what's that other one?
that
he
shit was
did?
bad.
He did Exit Wounds and
She was so
Half
bad.
Past Dead.
No, not Half
Past
Past
Dead
Dead. It
with
was
Ja
Exit
Rule.
because I actually own both of these movies.
Do you? Do you really?
Here's why. Anthony Anderson and Tom Anderson were freaking hilarious in both of the movies.
Yes. Yeah,
Because-
you're
and
right
the
about
thing
that.
is,
Yes.
and they did not after credits. They did during the credit scenes with both of them talking about their characters from the other movie. That joke was hilarious.
It's funny.
So it was Exit Wounds and it was something. It might have been Cradle to the Grave. It was Cradle to the Grave. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Cradle to the Grave and Exit Wounds. So
Yeah.
dang, yeah. So Exit Wounds was Seagal. That's right. Seagal did Exit Wounds.
So Kingpin thought it was funny,
Right.
but they were looking for an excuse to kick us out. Is that right?
It could have been.
Okay.
I really don't remember, to tell you the truth, because like,
Pandemonium was a weird spot. Anyway,
Yeah, because like it was not an anime spot. It was the role playing tabletop.
game. Yeah.
And the area where those guys are playing robot. Oh gosh, it smells so bad.
Stunk. The dudes. It was soap optional.
Soap was not invented
it was
in that
soap
room.
optional for that room.
Hey, King to King.
Jet Li was trying to get that cookout invite. You know, he had it.
Yeah, he had it. I think he's trying to work his way to the cookout. I don't think he had it yet.
He had it based off Fist of Legend for me. He can have it. He got a cookout invite. So Hannah actually asked me earlier if Ghost of Tsushima was better than Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I have not played it. I have not played Sekiro. I wanted to play Sekiro, but I have not played Sekiro, so I cannot tell you whether it's better or not. Go ahead, Fallen.
It's hard. It's hard to really compare both of those because
they are
outside of just being samurai influence, they're both totally different games. So
is the one more like Bloodborne?
You know, yeah, Sekiro is very like Bloodborne, like Demon Souls ish type of thing with a samurai theme to it. So it's like obviously if you get into Sekiro, prepare to be frustrated a lot.
Sure.
So it's like with Ghost of Tsushima, it's like no, like it's like purely just about like the art of how they brought this game together with doing all this other stuff or whatever, and like just kind of like a very more polished way of the samurai type of situation. So
a follow-up question. Hannah says, do they both have monsters or just human enemies? So far, Ghost of Tsushima only has human enemies. There's some mysticism involved, I think, slightly, but there's nothing overt. Sekiro actually does have monsters in it.
Yeah, like so, like Sekiro is just like balls to the walls.
Yeah,
monkey, like just demons, monsters, ghouls, like the whole nine.
Yeah, Sekiro has that. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome, man.
All right, so Wolverine Solid X says so far they say DMX is winning.
I just don't see how though. I just don't see how, man.
It depends because, like, for example, for DMX, a lot of his music is hype music.
Right.
I think that's why people are remembering that.
This is the thing. If they want to go album for album, it's potentially going to be like in DMX's favor if they're going to go album for album. But if they're going to go for just straight like hits, like some singles,
Snoop will kill him. Snoop will kill him.
But here's the thing, though, is because Snoop kill him based on his own individual stuff. Because Snoop was like guest on a lot of
shit. You're right.
So I think that's where I think people are forgetting is like Snoop's obviously been around for a very long time. We know this, but it's like It's like, okay, what are Snoop's individual things? It's like Sexual Seduction is one of his. But
Sexual Seduction is one of his.
To me, that was more fun. That track is more funny because of the video. I love the video on that.
Gin and Juice.
Gin and Juice was Dre's track.
I mean, yeah, it was. So like the only one is like, "What's My Name?"
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot.
No, it wasn't. Gin and Juice was one of Snoop's. Yeah, Gin and Juice was one of Snoop's. It was on his the Dog Pound album.
Yeah, because
it came on the Dog Pound album.
You know why? Because we always confuse that song with shit.
Yeah, that's Murders of
with Roland. We're always thinking of.
That's not the name. Why did I forget? Why did we forget the name of the song? Like, Jesus.
Here's why I always think of Gin and Juice as a Dre and Snoop track because that was the videos, both of them.
Well, Jay probably produced it, but I think
Jay produced it. Yeah, Dre produced it, but it was
Snoop's track. It's a Snoop song. It's a Snoop song. So like,
wait, hold on. How many? Like, didn't they both have equal amount of verses in that track?
Don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
That was just strictly produced by Dre. Like that was all.
Yeah.
That was all Snoop.
Drop It Like It's Hot.
So Drop It Like a Hot. Drop It Like a Hot is another one that Snoop's got.
I like the Kirby version.
I bet you do. And there was another one that Snoop had. Shit. I can't think of it right now. See, that's part of the problem. Like, for me, at least.
Nothing but
anyway.
Okay.
Nothing but G thing is what you thinking of.
That's what
that was Dre's.
He doesn't know if they include in the Snoop Lion tracks.
Snoop.
Oh man. Hello. Hilarious.
I mean, maybe. Oh shit. I mean, why not? At this point, why not?
All right.
So it's just it's like I just think like as far as that goes, I think like Gin and Juice might have been like one of his bigger singles. Obviously,
see.
like I said, you
Well,
got What's My Name.
For example, you have what was that one that they did? It was Dre and Snoop did, and it was real short, and it ends with like Warren G at the end. I think it was God, what is the name of that track? That's the problem. Most tracks, like their names don't make sense sometimes.
It's
Ain't No Fun was one of his. Sexual Eruption. Drop It Like It's Hot. Young Wild and Free doesn't seem like one of his.
You know what? Looking at these things, I don't know. Like I think some folks probably have an argument for DMX. Now that we really,
you know what? Looking at this track list, you may have a list. You may have a
right.
You may have a point here.
Most of DMX's stuff was hype stuff. It was party stuff. Like Up in Here,
Yeah.
everybody knows that song. Everybody's heard it at least once. X gonna give it to you. Like all of those are like hype songs. They'll get you hype. Snoop stuff is more for like chill. Like most of his stuff is chill music.
Most of his stuff is kind of chill, man. I'm
like
not gonna lie.
it was, you know, it is more. It's like I can't even really say it's just mainly because of the tempo. It's just the fact that a lot
Next
of
episode, that was
Snoop's early stuff with the. Well, yeah, but that was a
Yeah.
collab. So, but still,
That's what I'm
it's
saying. Like most of his stuff is collab.
A lot of yes, yeah, and that's what I was getting at. A lot of Snoop stuff was either just, you know, him featured on something or something featured on his, or it's a whole collaboration. And it's like a lot of West Coast artists did a lot of collabs or whatever versus some of the other East Coast artists. And
So
DMX is right off the top.
right, Rough Riders album was the
Party Up.
shit for real.
Party Up. Everybody
X gonna
remembers
give it
that.
to you.
Yep.
I don't ever have to listen to Party Up ever again in life. Like I got tired of that song so fast.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know the song though.
I do,
knows the song.
but that's I do, but that's
What's
kinda
My
more or less
Name?
to my
Shit.
detriment at this point.
What's my name? Yeah, dude, and like the beats on Snoop's track on DMX's tracks were dope as hell.
Not only
though.
that,
I'm not gonna lie.
Not only that, Cat Williams made fun of DMX funnier than he made fun of Snoop.
That's the barometer you're going by.
Yes, that's my barometer.
Okay.
Come on, dog. His DMX sketch was hilarious.
Yeah, it was. No, it was.
Like, I remember the first time I came out and met DMX. We was going to a restaurant. I was like, dude, this is hilarious.
Okay. Yeah, they yeah, okay. I could see how X could probably get at him, man. 1, 2, meet me outside. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Never again. Like I think a lot of it had to do. Like I blame House of the Dead. Why I hate that song so much.
Oh well, House of the Dead House of the Dead, the movie, will make a lot of people mad.
You should just play a drinking game at the house.
Because I still remember that first trailer I saw for it, and I'm like, why are they using this song in this trailer?
Hey.
Why?
All I know is that movie ain't came out on Blu-ray yet, so.
Does it need to?
It don't need to, man. It really don't need to.
There was a few attractive women in that.
So you gonna tell me you gonna collect Blood Rain too? You got Blood Rain in your collection?
I think one of them.
Oh wow, this guy. Okay, all right.
Again, like you got to remember, like you can get movies for cheap.
Okay,
you can always get movies for cheap.
What? What?
House of the Dead, unless this is a different House of the Dead, is on Blu-ray according to Target.com.
Target. Wait, how much? What region? Because
it just says Target.com. It doesn't say .com.hk or .co.ca or whatever. And it says House of the Dead. Now, mind you, there's probably another movie out there called House of the Dead.
Probably.
Because this doesn't show anything on the cover that signifies it.
Doesn't give the year.
Oh no, they can keep this shit. Hold on. I see it on right now.
Yeah, this is not the same House of the Dead.
This is Region 2.
Region 2 doesn't work.
Nope.
Yeah,
Can't do it.
That's Region 2. And
This is Region 2 on Target.
And I'm looking on Amazon. Like
it's probably similar
they
to the
want
way, like,
$60 for this.
Yeah, because the thing is, Jason 10
they
is
can
also
have it.
extremely impossible to get on Blu-ray unless you buy the entire collection.
and I don't want the entire collection. Friday the 13th has never been that.
Now,
But
I
Jason
like
10.
Jason 10 a lot.
Jason 10 was freaking
Jason
awesome.
in New York
Yeah.
also. When he went to New York, I like that.
Nah,
York was
no,
all right. It's
New York
just-
was okay. The only time I got down, that the funniest thing in that movie was my old dude thought he was gonna box Jason and got his head knocked off. That shit was hilarious, bro.
That's the worst part. He knocked him to the edge.
Yes.
I'm like, dude, all you gotta do is drop
Just
kick
drop
this
him
fool.
off. Yeah.
Just drop kick him and you good. Nope.
But no.
Stand there. Throw you
see,
that
no.
shot.
You
Hell
know,
no.
Man, what?
You know,
What?
you
Give
know
me up
the
that
worst
shot.
thing about that is,
Yeah.
it's like, look, I commend that dude for standing his ground, but you know the worst thing about it is that this dude's supposed to be a boxer.
Man.
Like the thing is, that as a boxer, you should have not got winded within those few minutes. Like,
he didn't even throw that many punches.
He really didn't. He threw a couple of haymakers.
Haymakers, but dog, that ain't gonna tire you out.
Well, he was punching him in the mask, which was also stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like if I'd have got him to the edge like that, like he had, dude, it's the same as when Sarah Connor was like shooting the T-1000 and got him onto the edge. It's like throw the gun at him or something.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's about to tip. Like whatever.
Anyway,
People are weird.
yeah. So
Wait, hold on. DVDs aren't so bad.
DVDs look like you smeared Vaseline on a TV
DVDs
now.
aren't so bad.
John P., what are you talking about? DVDs
all I
are
can say-
terrible.
Look. If you actually have like an old like 720 TV watching a DVD, it's
might look
tolerable.
okay. Right.
It's tolerable. But if you have a TV with higher resolution than that, it's gonna look abysmal, dude. Like,
Oh yeah. It hurts.
like unless there was like the DVD footage, like with however they can encode the video, is like clear enough to make it passable. But like a lot of DVDs didn't do that. Like, so
Okay.
it's
Oh, I see. What
Okay,
you're
he's saying something different. All right, John P., you are correct in that because nobody on Blu-ray has beat Blade the DVD, the original Blade DVD release. Nobody's beat that one yet, as far as
like the extras. Yeah.
Blade, I that's one DVD I leave on the shelf because it's that gold standard. It's like
my
holy
first
crap.
DVD I ever bought was Blade.
That movie had, man, it was like flip the disc. There's more extras on the other side. I'm like, that's
What?
freaking dude,
Yeah.
that thing was packed.
Dual-sided DVD. Yeah, like
and then
come on.
and then they re-released it. It was
It was
stripped
single-sided,
They stripped it
yeah.
down. I'm like,
What is this nonsense?
y'all just got stingy,
Right.
But no,
It's not like they couldn't put on the Blu-ray, which has more capacity.
Exactly.
They could put them shit back.
exactly because Blade had hidden stuff on the menu.
Yeah.
Like that thing was. That's how DVD. That's
Yeah, wasn't it? You had to do the codes in the book or whatever. Yeah,
There was all sorts of, like DVDs used to, like, that was their advantage
that was fun.
back then.
That shit was fun.
A lot of the manufacturers were coming up with various little cool stuff on that, because even on the original Star Wars Phantom Menace disc, there's codes that you can put in to get secret stuff. So that stuff is cool, but as far as the picture quality, DVD is trash to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately.
And it's not like they couldn't do it with BD-ROM, technology.
They
easily could do it. They're just not doing it.
Yeah, they just don't.
Yeah, that's just kind of lazy, man. It's kind of lazy. Anyway, cameras up. We're gonna get ready to end the show. Obviously, we've had a lot of fun talking about Comic-Con and a bunch of other stuff with you. We want to thank you all for joining us today. If you wouldn't mind, please make sure you come back next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, for episode 223 of Culture Junkies Live. We're going to be talking about DC Fandom, which is going to be coming out next week, and kind of talking about all the exclusive stuff that's going on with DC. We'll probably maybe even see some of this vaunted Snyder cut. A little bit.
Oh, the one that you didn't think was going to exist?
No. Yeah, that one, the one that they paid for. That it didn't exist because they paid for it.
No,
they paid for it.
No,
we'll talk about that. No. It didn't exist.
Stuff gets
not
cut out.
not in a watchable form. Whatever. Anyway, so we're gonna. So make sure that you do follow us. You check us out on Twitter or on Twitch.tv/Culture Junkies. Subscribe to our YouTube channel also and get some updated content. We publish new videos every single week, maybe like 2-3 times a week. You'll see me and Dido playing on there, various games. He's doing Super Mario Sunshine, even though I think he wants to quit.
Almost done.
I think he wants to quit.
Almost done. Got 10 more sprites to go.
Yeah, I think
and
he wants
kill
to
this
quit.
game.
Yeah, I think he wants to just
Done.
quit.
I think I should just sell it.
Talking about some Marvel exhibit.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the Marvel exhibit is in town. Actually, I think I'm gonna go to it not this weekend, but next weekend I'm gonna go. So we'll have to talk about it.
Is it actually like open?
Yeah. Yeah, it's at the Henry Ford. Yeah, it's open. You can't do any hands-on. None of the hands-on stuff is there anymore. Like, but you can go and see some of that stuff.
What was the hands-on stuff?
I have no idea. I have no idea. But they had some pretty fun stuff, I think, in store.
I mean, at the Star Wars one, technically you couldn't really touch nothing.
This is true. This is very true. Like, you couldn't touch none of them costumes. Forget it.
If Haley Atwell is there, then I'll consider going. Do something about that.
I don't think that's working. So anyway, make sure you come back next week. Check us out. Please, if you did enjoy the show and you want to support Culture Junkies, please come to patreon.com/Culture Junkies. We have 3 different tiers for you to choose from, and as low as $1, you can subscribe and be a patron, and we would thank you very much for doing that. So for my good friends GQ, for Fallen Marvel, and the Great Adakuji, I'm Kishiro. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye now.
Take it easy, everybody.
You gonna say goodbye, GQ? No.
No, not really.
Wow.
Trying to be like Jack Burton.
Exactly.